Good morning, beloveds. Okay, apparently my voice is a little weird today. I found 17 cents and what we think is a hawk feather on the walk today. So if the universe is trying to tell me something, it's being very cryptic. Which is okay. It's okay. Alright, so it is July 17th. It is Wednesday, and because it is the year 2020 and there's a whole lot of stuff going on, today is also tax day. So if you haven't filed your taxes, today is the day. All right. Our title today is I Am Supplied from the Substance of God. And our Bible quote is, every good gift cometh from the Father. And that is James 1:11. It may not be the whole quote because there's the 3 dots between gift and cometh. So if you have any interest, go look up James 1:11 to see what the rest of the line is. All right, so let's see what Ernest has to say today. We all have need of many things. We cannot believe that Divine Spirit wishes to withhold any good from us. It is the nature of God to give, and it is our nature to receive. Back of every idea of supply, every need in our human lives, there is something that forever gives more of itself and takes the form of our experiences when we permit it to. Whether it be a house to live in, money that we have need of, or employment that furnishes the gratification of adequate self-expression, always there is the giver flowing into these things. But the divine has already given its entire being to us. God has not failed humanity, but humanity has failed to accept the gift. It has failed to enter into the spirit and the nature of the giver. It has even refused to believe that there is such a gift or such a giver. How then can even God give us what we refuse to accept? This is why Jesus told us that we must believe that we have already received the gift before we see its evidence. This is an active faith, but it should be a faith built on the sure knowledge, the certain foundation, the positive connection that there is something that responds to us gladly, readily, willingly, joyously, and without limit. Today, I am living in the quiet and joyous expectation of good. God is not only my life, He is substance taking form in everything I do. God is not only the actor, He is acting through me now. God is not only the giver, He is also the gift. This gift I receive in joy, with gratitude, and with a complete sense of security. I expect everything I do to prosper. I expect new and wonderful experiences to come to me. I am living in complete confidence that the kingdom of heaven is here and now, and that I am prospered in everything I do. Ernest doesn't pull any punches. He just laid it out there today. Straight up. Okay. So, he starts it out by saying we all have need of many things. So need isn't a bad word. We are allowed to need things. With the caveat of when we are in need of things, then we have to accept them when they show up. We ask for what we want, and then we accept them as if we already have them, with the complete faith and confidence that they are, if not already here, on their way. All right. So, we cannot believe that the divine spirit wishes to withhold any good from us. That is central to Ernest Holmes' teaching. The divine wants us to be happy. The divine wants us to be prosperous. So it's not going to withhold anything from us. It is our job to accept the gifts that it has to give. So we have to do our part in this. It is the nature of God to give, and it is our nature to receive. That's one of the things when you meet givers, people who just give and give and give and give until they have nothing left, they struggle to receive, honestly. And so one of the things that we have to remind ourselves, especially if you're a giver, is that one of the things that when you receive, you are giving a gift of allowing someone else to give to you. So, street goes both ways. Back of every idea of supply, every need in our human lives, there is something that forever gives more of itself and takes the form of our experiences when we permit it to. Okay, so the only thing that can give more is God, Spirit, because Spirit is inexhaustible. Spirit can't give more than it is because it is all there is. And I like how he says, and takes the form of our experiences when we permit it to. Again, we have to give permission. Okay. If you haven't seen the video with the Canterbury cat, I'm kind of feeling that right now. Please look it up. It's quite funny. Alright. Whether it be a house to live in, money that we have need of, or employment that furnishes gratification of adequate self-expression. Okay. Employment that furnishes gratification of adequate self-expression. That's kind of an odd phrase. But think about that. The job you're doing, does it allow you self-expression? Does it give you, does it pay you what you need to do what you want? And are you finding fulfillment through your job? Now, right now, that can be hard to hear and say because thanks to COVID-19, there are a lot of people who aren't working right now. So, as this goes on, you have the opportunity to think about, is the job that I'm doing allowing for adequate self-expression? And if it's not, what can I do about that? You have some time to think about it right now. Alright. Always there is the giver flowing into all these things. And he capitalized giver. So he is talking about spirit. But the divine has already given its entire being to us. We are literally made of that divine. The divine stuff. That's what we are. God has not failed humanity. And this is where I said he doesn't pull any punches. God has not failed humanity. But humanity has failed to accept the gift. It didn't say we failed God, but it says that we have failed to accept the gift. We haven't done our part of the equation. It has failed to enter into the spirit and the nature of the giver. It has even refused to believe that there is such a gift or such a giver. That comes down to, I don't have any problems with atheists at all. I know several atheists personally, and they're wonderful people. And frankly, I think that the atheists that I know live to a code that, you know, I can get on board with. I can get on board with because they believe that the world is enough. But because they accept the gift, they recognize the gift of the abundance of the world that is around them. So there are so many of us who don't recognize the abundance around us. And that's what he means by the gift. It's like, it's there. You just have to open up, be willing to see it, and be willing to accept it. All right. So, no punches. He's not pulling any punches today. This is why Jesus told us that we must believe that we have really received the gifts before we see the evidence. This is the active faith, but it should be faith built on the sure knowledge, the certain foundation, and the positive conviction that there is something that responds to us gladly, readily, willingly, joyously, and without limit. So basically, Jesus said, ask for what you need, ask for what you want, and then act as if you've already had it. Because Spirit is willing to give it to you, and Spirit is going to give it to you. And I love how he uses all those words: gladly, readily, willingly, joyously, and without limit. If you're willing to accept it. And one of the first steps on accepting it is ask for what you need, and then believe that you have it. Believe that you have it. Okay, so our power statements. Today, I am living in the quiet and joyous expectation of good. God is not only my life, He is substance taking form in everything I do. Or if you prefer, she or it is substance taking form in everything I do. God is not only the actor, but acting through me now. I am Spirit in motion. I am Spirit in expression. I am Spirit having an experience of itself. So why wouldn't Spirit give me everything that I want and need to express myself? Think about it. God is not only the giver, God is also the gift. And that's a statement I can walk away with. Spirit is not only the giver, Spirit is also the gift. This gift I receive in joy, with gratitude, and with a complete sense of security. Because I trust Spirit. I trust Spirit. I will do my work, but I trust that if I do my work, then Spirit will do what Spirit does. I expect everything I do to prosper. I expect new and wonderful experiences to come to me. I am living in complete confidence that the kingdom of heaven is here and now, and that I am prospered in everything I do. Now, I will admit that I am a human having a spiritual experience, and sometimes it's hard for me to see the kingdom of heaven. But I know in my heart where the kingdom of heaven is. And it is right here, right now. And it is my job to open up and see it. And to live as if, even when I'm not feeling it. So, that is Ernest Holmes today. I'm going to move on with my day. And I'm going to encourage you to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. Whatever that looks like. Get your fresh air, get your fresh perspective. And by God, if you live in Houston, Texas, drink a lot of water because it's hot out there. So get your movement on, get your groove on. Do what you need to do to make it a fantastic day. Make it the best day that you can. All right, beloveds. Know that you are a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased. I will be back with you at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Reverend David will be on sometime around 5 p.m. with the daily guides. And it is Wednesday, so I think she shifted from meditations to visioning. If you'll check your emails, there's a phone number and a code to get into Reverend Marsha's visioning. at 7 p.m. tonight if you have a desire to do that. All right, beloveds, have a fantastic day and know that you are loved.